Hey, my friend.
Hello,
Hello.
how are you?
Very well. All good.
All good.
Good to meet you, man.
Good to see you again. Last time was when you guys played in Lisbon. Uh,
Yeah.
you can start talking about that because there was you were playing guitar. Your guitarist wasn't on the tour.
Yeah.
Uh,
Every time, every couple of years, you know, I get an interview and it's different instrument, so it's complicated too. It's complicated to follow for people. It's also complicated for me to follow now.
so you're going to be on bass from now on? That's the plan?
Live, yeah.
Live, yeah.
Live, yes. The If you remember, I don't know. In Lisbon, we had the show and we had shortage of people as well. Like last year was disastrous because after COVID was very, very complicated to have like a stable lineup because all the people like found different jobs during COVID. So it was very complicated to get back to to a normal life
Yeah.
touring, so on. So on that show, a friend of mine, Ludovico, was playing bass,
Yeah.
and it was filling in for, but Fabio wasn't there. And then Fabio came back the next day. It was super complicated. And now we have this lineup in five people, and everybody is able to tour, so it's easy.
Yeah, that's good. And let's talk about Opera. That's a new album.
Yeah.
Lyrically, it's based on the accident that you had when you were doing mountain climbing. Um, do you decided when you guys started thinking about the new record, was instant for you to write about the accident that you had?
Well, well, what happened is basically this. Um, let's start from Veleno. Like I'm gonna talk a lot. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
So let's start from Veleno. We released the Veleno album in 2019, and after Veleno, we were so hyped because we wanted to, we had Eugene. Like at first it was David, and then we had Eugene joining, and we wanted to tour, and we even organized a tour in America with a string quartet, and then COVID happened. And when COVID happened, the problem that we have was mostly inspirational, because the thing that like not just like the touring issues that we had to face, the non-touring issues that we had to face, financial condition that was very compromised during that time and everything, because for all the bands it was like that. But the main issue was like we lost hope and perspectives, that which is the things that it's the main driver for a band. So except releasing a couple of singles, and those singles were some kind of like we did it just to stay in touch with the people, because we really had like no opportunity, because yes, you can do a live streaming, but how many you can do? Like
Yeah.
you can do one, especially a band like us with all the props and everything, the stage presence. So the point is, we went through COVID till 2021 without a good idea. We didn't have anything to say because COVID took everything away from
Yeah.
us. Like no fucking inspiration, no. Like I was writing music and it was shit, man. It was most horrible music I ever written in my life. So it was like, do we really want to release this? So in a way, we were like completely in a static situation. There was nothing moving. Unfortunately, something moved, and it was a rock under my hand. So I felt for 30 meters, and I fucking destroyed myself, physically and mentally. And this new Calvary started in August 2021, so 3 years ago, almost 3 years ago. And this was such a strong experience for me, such a tough, situation, for my feelings, for my emotions, that I was like, we never talked about our own businesses, but this is something I have to talk about.
Yeah.
So we started writing about this immediately after, because I wanted to capture, the mood. But it was a fucking roller coaster. It was like up and downs. I was doing, let's do this, and then no, I don't want to do it anymore. And then I would, let's do this, and wow, it was because to write about that, I had to relive everything every time, like going deep in the details, and it was such a complicated things to do. Not complicated practically, because it was very smooth, the process, but it was I was scared every time, because every time you go back to something bad that happens to you, it's just like losing when you lose someone, and you go back thinking about it, it's like you just don't want to do it, and that was like that for these last 2 years. But in the end, it was also necessary, because it was part of my healing process to write about it, because sharing my experience meant that I like helped my path of acceptance, So my mind was healing and my body was healing together, and it was like two separate things at in the end, where they were going to the same direction. And for this, I'm very thankful. So in a way, I also had the opportunity to heal through the album. So yeah, I make it very long, but I always want to explain why I talked about this. It was mostly two reasons. The first reason is that I really needed to do it. And the second reason is that for an artist, having something to say is essential. And with COVID, I didn't have anything to say. Like I was like completely void.
Yeah.
And with this experience, I restarted having this kind of urge of writing, urge of, sharing with other people the music, the lyrics, the concept, and everything. And that reignited the whole process, the whole compositional process.
Yeah. When you go to something like that, I can tell you my personal experience was in 2020 when I had a heart attack. And, I was at home. It was in the peak of COVID. And, those moments until I got on the ambulance, went to the hospital, and they said what was wrong with me. And then they treated me. Life, when they say life flash before your eyes, it actually does. It's unbelievable. And, for me, I keep every day, I think about that, what happened that day and what could have happened. And, it's crazy when you get to
in the end, how like that experience is so negative to us, like my accident is a negative experience and your heart attack is a negative experience. But how this impacted in a good way our life? I'm 10 times better human being than before.
Yeah.
Like, so I think about it as a negative experience, but the outcome is totally positive. And it's stupid to think about it. It's like, did they really need that fucking heart attack to become a better man?
Yeah,
probably yes. But and now I'm thankful. And it's like, are you thankful that your left hand is handicapped? I'm not thankful for that because it's complicated, and I'm a musician. But every time I have to play and I watch that hand, I remind to myself that I'm alive and I have a second chance, and this is it's a gift. I'm super fortunate because I would have died.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So
family, family becomes quite important after an event like that. And, one of the things I thought about was my nephews. I don't have kids of my own. I have nephews. And I thought about them. I was just thinking, if I don't see them grow, if I don't see them going to school, all of that came to mind. and I was like, I cannot waste this chance again. I got a second chance, I got a stint, I have to be careful, but I don't I don't want to go through that again. And I want to see the kids grow and become men and women and, have a happy life. And I want to be there besides them,
All the best, man. All the best.
Yeah, it's a eye opener anyway when you have an experience like that, and for you it was, now that opera is going to be out for the world, do you feel more inspired when it comes to the future, not just touring, but music wise, you feel that from now on?
I think that opera is the changing, the life changing album for the band, because first of all, it's the most mature album musical wise. I mean, you can like it or not, but it's definitely the most well done album, like technical wise, production wise, and everything. So that is definitely making a difference. But the thing that probably is making the biggest difference is that this is the first time we talk about ourselves. And the thing that you can put in the music, lyrical wise and concept wise in general, but also musical wise, when you have such a strong inspiration, are going to make the difference anyway. So before we were talking about this human struggles and everything, like regarding human being and mankind in general, and all the burdens that man has to carry. And also we were talking about it in a poetic and metaphorical way, which is what we've done with opera as well. But the huge difference is that one thing is talking about something that is external, that you watch, that happens to somebody else, and you are just reporting that. One thing is talking about who you are. And that's why, as I said, it was a roller coaster and had a lot of up and downs, because, in the album, like I put myself, and myself is not the greatest musician, super powerful and super energetic. It's I'm a normal man. I have a lot of fragilities. I have a lot of fears. I have a lot of concerns. I'm weak. And, I just put all these things in the spotlight. And I had to accept that, that people will say, no, this guy is different. It's much more stupid than I thought, and and doing that, it was tough. But in the end, I'm thankful I did it, because, as I said, that is part of the acceptance. Yeah. If you start saying, you know what, I cannot do this anymore. You know what, I'm not as you think I am. You know what, I'm way weaker than you think I am. Then you kind of, already gave this information to the world, and you start forgetting about how you look to create an impression to others. Like, yeah, I'm like this. You like it? Cool. You don't like it? I don't give a shit. It's like, it is what it is. I mean, like, I cannot be better than this now. Yeah. And then start a process in your mind in which you start thinking, wow, I spent a lot of my existence trying to look like something else, and to convince people that I was extremely, on top of everything, but I'm not. And now I feel super relaxed. If something goes wrong, and that's it. And I move to the next one and try to do it better. But I don't have to think about, okay, shit, this went wrong, so I have to repair. I don't have to repair. I just have to move on.
That's the amazing thing. When we recognize who we are and we accept who we are as we are, no one can throw anything at you. They can, but it won't hit you. It just...
It's like, you're invisible to that. You're invisible. No. I feel like that. I feel like before I had to. I've never played the role. I never played the character, but I was taking care of my of how I was shown to the people, and I tried to keep that perception high, you know. Now I don't do that anymore. I mean, like, I try to I'm the most honest and natural and authentic people you can find in the industry. I go there. If I don't like something, I tell you. If I don't feel good, you see it. I don't have to look happy all the fucking time, because I'm not. You know, sometimes I'm just pissed, and I will look pissed, and that's it. You know,
but it's okay. You know, you're just a person. It's okay to be pissed off. You know, people sometimes ask me, you know, why you're so grumpy. You know, because I am. You know, I don't feel like being laughing all the time, because I have no reasons to be laughing all the time. If I can be laughing all the time, yeah, it's good. But, you know, I can be grumpy as well and just not feel that today is a great day, but that's okay. You know, it's not the end of the world. And on opera, one of the things that I quite enjoyed as well was Veronica's clean singing, not the operatic part, the clean singing. It was so refreshing to hear her.
Well, we went with Paolo departures. She had room, because Paolo started doing the cleans before Veronica, so we kept it in this, you know, matrix of the music. And Paolo last year like left the band because he wanted to pursue other things in life, and which is great. And because, you know, he is like, I think if he feels much more relaxed, because the last years with the band were very stressful, and he was very sick of what's going on in the world. And now, you know, he kind of figured out his life in a different way. He found a new balance, and that is great. You know, it always happened with all the people that left the band, and Tommy or Cree, you know. So it was a smooth and very peaceful, you know, thing that happened. So when it happened, we didn't really want to replace him. You know, it's like is so much in the band. You know, it's like I've been playing with him for 20 years, so I didn't really wanted to just, you know, take another guy and put it there. You know, so I was like, you know what? Instead of replacing him, we should just try to fill the gaps. No, what's missing? A bass player live. Okay, let's do it. I moved to, like, I played everything, so I can play the bass. What's wrong with that? And then it came out this Veronica thing that can handle this. We knew that she could, but before there was this kind of hierarchy, you know, and now there's not anymore. So we were like, I want you to sing clean vocals like in Mother style. It's like, I don't know, but people will think, I don't give a shit. You're great. You're fucking great. You know, like you have a Ferrari and you keep it in the fucking garage. It's stupid. You know, like it's the same thing. So I was like, you have to be part of the album. And it came also very organic and smooth, because we wanted to do this kind of opera thing. And we needed, I needed a partner to do this kind of dialogues. And so we had the chance to have her singing a lot for the first time. And so she basically started like filling all these gaps that Paolo left, and she did great. I mean, like, she did great. It's like insane. So I was so happy in the end, and she was so happy in the end. But she's very, very humble, and she never wants to do this one step, like go one step forward. She always she's some kind of concerned girl. And I said, you don't have to think about it. You have to just go with the flow. And so now she's happy.
Yeah. And, you know,
she's super exposed in the album.
Yeah, but, you know, it's great to see that other side of her. You know, sometimes, obviously, when you have an opera singer, you know, they tend to sing their style and that's it. But sometimes it's amazing how great they sound with a normal vocal.
And also, she has a different vocal range, so let's use it. Like people complaining, I Can Never Die should have been better with the operatic vocals. No, I listened to that. we tried out and it sounded like shit. I can tell you, we put the clean vocals, like the modern style, because for that kind of melody, for that kind of mood, sounds shit. No way. It's gonna be horrible. Ode to Art is a fucking soprano and operatic vocals, it's meant to be like that.
Yeah.
You cannot do a modern singing on that. She's like, we wanted her to sing on morphine, and she's playing the morphine part. And morphine is brutal, and she had to scream. And then, like, we had her screaming. And it's, why don't you do like modern vocals or soprano? Because sounds like shit. It's horrible. That's why, people, we're not against you. We just look for the best of the song, and the best for these songs sometimes is operatic vocals, sometimes it's modern, sometimes we experiment with all the vocal range that we have, and especially with her. So it's amazing that she could do like all these different styles, because it gives a lot of diversity and a lot of dynamics to the album,
that's the thing that I think it's the dynamics that brings to the album, makes it probably, in my opinion, the best FLESHGOD Apocalypse record, because it's so great not to be just one note. People, obviously extreme music, it's meant to be extreme, but you proved and you showed on opera that you can play with different dynamics and make it sound fucking great as well. Don't be afraid to experiment. Try it.
Oh, well, we have to. I mean, otherwise it's boring. Imagine doing the same song over and over for 30 years. I don't want to do that. I mean, like, I'm also a different man. Like, when we wrote Oracles, I was like 20 years old. And now I'm like I have twice the age, how can I have two kids? It's a different, but I have a different perception of the world. And if I would keep doing the same thing that I was doing in my 20s, means that I wouldn't been honest with myself. I mean, some other people stay there.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that people that keeps doing the same thing for 40 years are fooling you.
Yeah.
It's but they are different. We are different human beings.
Yeah.
I'm that type of guy that like to experiment, to have an adventure, to change things, to have a new purpose every day. Like, I get bored of things very easily. Like, I don't like to do the things over and over.
Yeah.
So it's normal that the opera is a different album than the first one. Some other people, they like the same thing throughout their whole life. Like this, they like that pizza, and they order that pizza forever. And you go out for dinner after 10 years and you still stick to that pizza, and it's like, man, nothing changed. Like, it's still the same. And it's like, yeah, why should I change it? I like it, and that it's fair as well.
Yeah, it is. When it comes to music, when I was in my 20s, probably as you, I was very strict with the music I listened. It was heavy metal, and it was just heavy metal. Now I'm close to 50. It's such a joy to listen to everything. Well, I think I have to thank my dad for that. His genes were good. So.
Okay.
But close to 50 for me. I don't have I love classical music. I love opera, but I listen to pop music as well as FLESHGOD Apocalypse, as Camelot, for instance, as Halloween or Judas Priest or Iron Maiden. I don't have any problems if the music is good and it serves a purpose to me. I don't care, anymore about, I don't want to be a redneck metalhead anymore,
well, open, like mind, the fact that we are more open-minded, yes, is connected to the age. And also I think it's necessary, because you really need to have like different inputs, different like as you grow as a man, and of course you have different needs.
Yeah.
So from the music, what you're looking for, the music into the music is like what it's like. When you're young, you look into junk food,
Yeah.
like a lot of junk. And now we hit, zucchini and veggies, and we take care, we weight the stuff that we eat, and
Yeah.
it's like, and it's a different approach. I mean, like we have to do that. It's and I feel weird when somebody else don't do it. That there's like, I'm 60 years old. I always been a black metaller, and I just listen to Gorgrot and whatever. Like, I don't know. As like, okay,
But the
that's
first
cool.
records, not the new
Bro,
ones.
I just want to tell you something. You lost a lot of other things. Like, you missed a lot. You missed a lot of other things.
Yeah.
Or maybe
For
they
me,
don't care. Maybe they just don't care.
yeah, you were talking about food, and for me, with age, I'm getting more, I love freaking seafood, lobster, king prawns, you know, mussels, just
Yeah.
give me that anytime. I don't care about a McDonald's burger. I fucking hate those things. I proper foods.
Where are you from?
From Lisbon.
Lisbon. Beautiful.
So, Portuguese, Italian, Spanish, we love food. We know how to eat.
Yeah. But you have to have a lot of good food, like a lot of good seafood. So
Yeah. And we were talking about opera, we were talking about Paolo leaving. I was looking at the photo shoot that you guys did, and there was a table, there was a guy in slices, and the
it's
bass.
Paolo.
Yes, that's
It's
him.
Paolo.
Yes.
Yeah, but like, how cool is that? So it's like, because we didn't replace him,
Yeah.
and so we wanted to. It's like an heritage. So I was thinking, what if we eat you? It was like, and it was here. I was like, oh, what you mean? Like, I think, the best way to announce your departure is that we eat you, because I'm gonna go playing bass. She's gonna keep singing. So you in a way, you're gonna stay with us. So we did the photo shoot. It was fun, and it's I think it's great, because it shows also how the relationship with the past members is. Like, a month ago, we went out with everybody from the original members of FLESHGOD, and it's great to. These guys are the guys that listen to the album first. Like, when we do the album, we send it to them, and the first review we get is from Cristiano, Tommy, Paolo, these people, because they've been there all the time, and we know that their opinion is super honest. If if they don't like something, they will tell you. It's like, they can also help you, because you can sometimes change the mistakes. So
yeah, well, that's cool. And I think, I'm not sure if it's a first for us here in Portugal to have an international band to play in our country on the album release date, because the FLESHGOD Apocalypse record is going to be
it's the right day. Yeah. We play Milagre Metal Fest.
Yeah, exactly. So how many new songs can you expect from the new album, since it's going to be, let's say, not the official release?
Well,
But
I
it's going
think
to
for
be.
sure we're gonna play at least one, and we are aiming to play at least two. But we also wanted to keep this new material for the tours, and we're gonna be back with the tours, because when you play a festival, it's also like, one thing is playing a show for your own audience, so they already, like, you most likely they already been at the show in the past, and they already heard the old songs. But the festival is more like a panorama for the whole catalog. So yes, we have a new album, and we also have 5 before, and we are gonna play like songs from all the album. And in 1 hour, most likely we're gonna have time for 1 or 2 new songs. That's it.
Okay, very good. Francesco, before we go, thank you very much for your time. It was lovely to talk to you. I'm going to Italy in September for 10 days. I'm going
have fun, man.
Going to visit Bologna, Siena, and Firenze. That's the
bello. It's all countryside. Well, Siena is 1 hour away from me.
Oh, is it? Cool.
Yes, very close. We mostly live between Rome and Florence, in the middle, and Siena is right in the middle. It's like 1 hour drive left, 1 hour drive west from here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm looking forward. I've never been to Italy. My niece lives in Rome. She's been there with her mother for a few years now. And, I promised to visit Italy. I told her I was going to visit Rome, but I prefer to visit these sites first. Countryside. I want to experience, proper Italy. I know Florence is very touristic as it is, but
I think Siena and Bologna is going to be nice.
Yeah. But with Florence, so much history there with museums and stuff. I mean, you have to go there. If you love history, you have to go there. Francesco, thank you much for your time. I see you in Portugal at Milagre Talaira. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be filming the show. Awesome. And I look forward for a proper tour from you guys, maybe next year. Yeah. I know you haven't announced anything yet. So,
it's coming.
Obrigado. Thank you very much. Okay. And, I'll see you in August in Portugal. All right. Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.